Federally speaking, a person has a right to appear before a judge after they've been arrested and detained within 48 hours of their arrest. However, in Arizona, we are better than that. We tend to have people appear in front of a judge within 24 hours. We have two different IA calendars every day. And because we have two IA calendars, one in the morning and one in the evening, people are seeing judges basically within 12 hours of their arrest, which is not great for the person who's detained, but it's pretty good in the scheme of how things work throughout the country. And the initial appearance is when the person will show up in front of the judge, and the judge will explain what the person is being held on, what their charges are. If the judge does determine that there's probable cause, well, then the case proceeds, and the judge will then set conditions of release. These conditions of release can be as light as you better promise to come back to court, Mr. or Mrs. Defendant, and that's what's called being released on one's own recognizance, or it could get all the way up to we are holding you on some amount of bond. And generally, the more the judge thinks that the person is a risk of flight, meaning that they're not going to come back to court as they're required to, the higher the bond will be. Now, here in Arizona, we have law that says that the judges are not supposed to be using bond as a way of making sure to keep the person in custody as a way of protecting the community. Now, I will tell you, I see judges violate that all the time, where the judges get really shocked by the nature of the crime. And so they will set a very high bond, even though there's not much indication that the defendant wouldn't show up to court based just off of their promise to appear, or by that intermediary level of supervision, which I have not yet mentioned, which is pretrial services supervision.